she's a sommelier, and then of course she's also from Team Wine Kenya and a wine writer. You will have to be patient with me. You know, I don't speak French.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it right, huh?
Yes.
Good stuff, good stuff. Shout outs to me. Sawa, so we're talking all things wine. Yeah, tonight it's a wine culture maneno, yeah? But also, one thing you need to know about Adero Joy is that she's got a blog. It's called Wine Fundamentals. So if you're excited about wine, yeah, so you might want to check out that blog. Now, let's keep it moving, Joy. Basic question, you know, why do people usually swirl the wine glass around like this before they taste it? Before they taste the wine.
Okay. So, you know, for you to perceive any sorts of aromas, they need to interact with oxygen, right?
Right.
So that's the purpose of that. You're actually introducing oxygen into the wine. So you want it to mix with enough oxygen that you can pick up the aromas. I always tell people, what we call wine closed when it's in the bottle, because it's too compressed. So you need it to mix with enough oxygen that you can smell it.
Right.
Like if you've ever been to like Lake Bogoria or whatnot, when you smell the sulfur from far,
then now you can, yeah.
But when you get there, the smell is gone because it's too concentrated that you can't perceive it.
Right.
Yes. So you need the oxygen to open up the wine.
Oh, interesting.
It's not just to be fancy.
Yeah.
Although it looks fancy.
So it's a bit different from coffee, the way you taste coffee, isn't it? Because now this one has to, it has to interact with oxygen first.
Yes.
To trigger your aromas visually.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, what's the difference between red wine and white wine?
Ooh. Obviously the color.
The color?
No, but so wine is made in two ways, and there's two grapes that make wine. So in wine we don't call them red grapes, we call them black grapes, because they use the really dark grapes, the ones you buy from the market, not the ones you buy from the supermarket.
Right.
And then we have the white grapes, what is the green grapes. Now, the color of the wine comes from the skin. So if you have red wine, that means you used it. You made it using the red, or what we call black grapes. I always call the skin the tea bag of wine, and depending to what degree you use it, is how much color you're going to extract.
Yeah.
So if you have a rosé, it's just been used. The skin has just been used for a little while, and if you have a full-on red, the skin has been used for the whole process of fermentation.
Yeah.
So you get red wine from red black grapes, and you get white wine from the green grapes or the white grapes.
Right.
But fun fact, and I don't think people know this, you can actually get white wine from red grapes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Talk about that.
You just don't use the skin. Squeeze it really quickly and ferment. Yes. Get rid of the skins. Get them out of here.
So what's this deal? What's the story of apparently white wine is only meant for like fish, and then red wine is for like red meat and that kind of? Is that true? Is it how is that exactly how it's supposed to be?
It's true to an extent.
Yeah.
It's largely true.
Yeah.
So let me just say it's largely true, but that's because the characteristics of the wine. Anyone who's tried both red and white wine will agree that red wine tends to be heavier, on your palate than white wine.
Yeah.
And it's the same with fish and meat.
Yeah.
Red meat, sorry. So red meat tends to be heavier on your palate than fish. So you want to match those two. You don't want one to overwhelm the other. So if you have a delicate piece of fish, you don't want to go in with like a really strong, heavy, full-bodied red wine.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want your wine and your food to fight. But then it gets more complex than that, because you have to think about how it was prepared. Was it grilled? Was it pan-fried? And all that. But that's a bit complex. But if you go by the general rule of white with white meat and red with red meat, you'll be right 85% of the time.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's safer like that.
It's safer.
Yeah, I like that. And sparkling wine, what's the difference between that and champagne?
all champagne is sparkling wine, but not all sparkling wine is champagne.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
So champagne is sparkling wine that comes from the region of Champagne.
Yeah.
They have their designation. It has to come from there, number one.
Yeah.
And then you have to make it in using certain grapes and in a certain way. So
Right.
even if it comes from the region of Champagne and you don't use the grapes that they designate for you to use, you can't call it champagne. Yeah, it's all these regions are very tightly regulated, and they're very particular about how they want wine in their area to be vinified.
You know, I also found out that there's also rosé wine.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So in between the red and the white, like I said, the tea bag, the skin is the tea bag.
Yeah.
And if you want rosé, you just don't use the skin all the way. You just,
Yeah.
if you dip a tea bag for like 2 minutes,
Yeah.
it's different than if you dipped a tea bag for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, so rosé is like a 2-minute tea bag dip.
Yeah, but that's not so common, isn't it? Yeah, for folks. Or is it on the higher end in terms of price?
No. There's
Okay.
rosé in all different price categories.
Oh,
Yes,
interesting.
yes.
All right, so good to
Yes.
know. Good to
Try
know.
it. I mean, it's very
I
nice.
haven't tried it,
It's
yeah.
very nice poolside wine.
Oh, yeah.
Like rosé all day.
I can imagine.
Yes.
So, why is wine stored on its side as opposed to while it's upright?
Oh, now, that's only true for wines that have been sealed with a cork.
Yeah.
So the reason you do that is because a cork is a natural wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what does wood tend to do? It tends
Right.
to dry out and it tends to shrink.
Right.
Now, if it shrinks, air starts getting into the bottle and the wine starts oxidizing. And that tends to spoil the bottle. So you want to put it on its side so that the cork remains moist and plump enough to be tight in the bottle. If you have a bottle that's with a Stelvin screw cap,
Yeah.
then you don't have to store it on its side. You can store it upright.
Yeah.
The only thing is that you need to put it out of the light, so please do not put it in the window. Do not leave it in a hot car.
Yeah.
Yes. Put it in a
Gonna
cool,
mess
dark
it up.
place.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. And, I've heard these stories of apparently wines that have like a cap are a bit cheaper. Is that true?
Those are lies.
But you've heard of that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a question that
Like they're low end, like they're not really high quality wine.
that is one of my top 10 questions that I get. Everyone says we don't want wine with the screw cap. We hear it's
Yeah.
cheap, but I always tell them you can get a very good wine that has a screw cap, and you can get a not so good wine that has a cork.
Yeah.
These are just decisions that the winemaker has made for whatever reason. Maybe it's to do with conserving. Maybe they're moving from stripping off trees to make the cork. Maybe they want to be more environmental. Maybe they want their bottles to be able to be stored upright. But that's not an indicator of quality.
Right.
Yes.
So what's an indicator of quality?
An indicator of quality?
Yeah, how do you know this is really good wine? Okay, you tell me.
To be honest, you have to taste the wine.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because, some people are very good at dressing up the wine.
Yeah.
And the bottle looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But maybe the juice is not as good as you thought it was going to be.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so I always tell people the proof of the pudding is in the eating and the proof of the wine is in the tasting.
So if I'm going to order for wine, or at least maybe when I'm shopping around, I want to pick something for a wine from the shelf. So how do I judge then? If you're saying I have to taste it, and I'm a newbie in this whole wine thing, so how do I go about it?
I always tell people don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Oh wow!
Okay? Yes, wine is an adventure. So
wow,
exactly.
Yeah.
So when you're going for wine, it's not a product that you're always going to get a guarantee.
Right.
And that's what I love about it. Because I'm adventurous. I like to try new things. So I have no qualms with having a bottle of wine. If I don't like it too much, now I know.
Should I ask the bartender for recommendation, or should I just be adventurous?
No. Equip yourself with enough knowledge to kind of guide yourself. So
Right.
if you know what taste you like, let's say you like red wine over white.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
And then
I prefer white anyway.
you
so,
prefer white,
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's say we are you and you like white, so we'll go straight to the white side of the aisle.
Right.
And then if you equip yourself with knowledge of the grapes. So what do you like more? Do you like something that's more zesty and zingy, or do you like something that's more creamy and relaxed? And then that way will I go for a Sauvignon Blanc, or will I go for a Chardonnay?
Oh, look at that.
And then
Yeah.
you decide, okay, I like something zesty and I want to go for a Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
So do you want something more herbaceous or something more fruity in the Sauvignon Blanc? You're like,
Wow.
okay. So now
Yeah.
we're narrowing it down.
Yeah.
So if you like something more herbaceous, then you go the Europe, maybe Chile way.
Yeah.
Or if you like something more fruity in the Sauvignon Blanc, then you go maybe South Africa or New Zealand.
Right.
And then, so it's just about learning. Wine is about learning.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, wine is not a lazy person's drink.
Oh,
No.
you know, you're educating me thoroughly. It's never been a lazy person's drink.
It is not.
You need to be particular and very detailed about what you're looking for.
Wine is a job.
It really is. And, while you're speaking, I'm just thinking, okay, so I should never consider the alcohol percentage when I'm picking a good wine. It's not just about the level of alcohol in it.
No.
I mean,
And I know we're probably going to talk about this later, but
Yeah.
I've had the myth before that really good wine is high in alcohol. That's not true. It can be, but alcohol is not an indicator of really good wine. You can have really good wine at a lower percentage. You can have great wine at 12%, and you can have great wine at 14.5%.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess also the seasons for different wines, isn't it? Yeah, like right now it's kind of cold, so
No, there's regions.
there's regions.
Yes, so warmer
okay.
regions
Yeah.
tend to produce more alcohol because what is
Right.
alcohol? Converted sugar, right?
Correct.
So if your fruit is riper,
Yeah.
you're going to get more alcohol.
Yeah.
If your fruit doesn't get too ripe, you're going to get less alcohol. So if you're in a cooler place where the fruit doesn't get too ripe, you get less alcohol. If you're in a warm place like South Africa or south of Italy, you get higher alcohol. But they're still great wines.
Is old wine always quality wine? Wine that's stored for, let's say, years, and as opposed to like current?
Current.
Yeah.
Most wine is meant to be drunk right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, the vineyards and the wineries, they have to pay their bills, right? So they produce, most of the wine that is produced is wine that's meant to be drunk fresh, so that you get the real fruity character.
Yeah.
So that you get, a fresh wine that is pleasing to the
Yeah.
palate. Wines can be stored, and there are different wines that can be stored for different periods of time. Some maybe 10 years, some 5 years, some even 15
So when
years.
they're stored for all those years, what are they trying to achieve?
They evolve.
They evolve.
Wine evolves, yes.
Okay.
That's why I told you wine is not a lazy person's drink.
You keep on talking, man. Yeah, I'm learning. Yeah, amazing.
Yes, so wine they evolve into what we call tertiary characters. So what you drink right now may be a bit too harsh in terms of maybe having too much tannin, maybe too much, character that is not gelling together. So if it sits, and this wine that's meant to be aged is really high-end wine. So you need to,
Right.
yes. So
I guess that's what I meant. Yeah.
so it gives time for the flavors to meld and age in the bottle.
Yeah.
So tannins fall out, and all these other characters fall out, and it becomes smoother on the palate. It becomes more palatable for you.
Right.
It develops flavors that it did not have initially. Maybe
Okay.
it was primarily fruit that was not
Yeah.
that was too overwhelming. Then it gets a little bit of leather. It gets a little bit of character. It gets a little bit of polish. Something that's mellow. Wine ages like people.
Wow. Okay. You're using all these terms, and it's fascinating. It's like I'm reading a book. So, can you send a bottle of wine back once you've already, started to drink it? Maybe you're not so impressed, or it's not what you were looking for, and you're at a restaurant.
In a restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you actually send it back?
Okay, so wine etiquette is that if you order the bottle, yeah, and the bottle has been opened for you, and they sell that particular wine just by the bottle, unless it has a fault, which means
Right.
it's oxidized or it's corked or whatever the fault may be, unless it has a fault, you bought it. You bought it. Yeah, you keep it. You don't have to drink it. You can take it home and maybe gift it to someone else.
Right.
But unless the wine has a fault, that's why it's important to know your wines. And you don't even need to know your wines. You just ask the steward who's serving you.
Yeah.
Just tell him exactly what you want. To tell them, I like wine, but I don't like my wine too tannic.
Yeah.
I don't like my wine too maybe acidic. And then they'll guide you.
They'll guide you, I like that.
I always say, never be afraid to ask questions. Ask questions. That's what we are there for.
Correct.
Ask us all the questions.
And that's why you're here.
Yes.
I love it. So what's this deal about organic wine? Isn't wine organic anyway? So
no.
Yeah.
No, it's wine is made from grapes.
Yeah.
Which is a vine is a plant, right?
Right.
So just like you have organic tomatoes, you have organic carrots, it's the same way you have organic grapes that make the organic wine. So basically what it means is that it has a bit of a more stringent process.
Right.
So when it comes to spraying of pesticides or herbicides in the vineyard, when it comes to the preservatives that you use to preserve the wine, all those are very carefully monitored. You can't go past a certain level, and there's some things that you definitely cannot use.
Right.
Yes. So
that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And do you need different types of wine glasses for different types of wines, I guess?
Traditionally, that's been the thing.
Yeah.
That you have different glasses for but nowadays they're creating universal wine glasses that you can use for red, for white, for rosé, for sparkling.
Right.
And you can have the one if you just searched, you can have like one glass that you can use for all your wines. However, if you'd like to have different glasses for different wines because maybe like the aesthetics, it's always better to use the bigger bold glass for the reds.
Right, for the reds,
because they need more air.
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
And then the whites can take a bit more of a smaller glass.
Right.
And then if you really want to go that route, you can have like the flute or the tulips for the sparkling.
What about the ones with a lot more alcohol content?
Those tend to be the reds, and they do better in a wider bowl.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
And what else? What else did I have for you? Because this is fascinating. Okay, so okay, fine. What's one lesson or story you wish everyone would learn about wine, I guess?
That wine...
Golden lesson. And I don't know if I am making sense.
There are many. But
yeah, now that's pretty much beyond,
yes.
Just the whole bottle
I would say that try all wines.
Okay.
Number one.
Yeah.
Because I said one it's an adventure.
Yeah.
But then, at the same breath, I would say the wine you like is the best wine. Yes. What you enjoy.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, wine is for us to enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't enjoy something, don't kill yourself drinking it because you think you're impressing so-and-so. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a bit of a complicated question. So when you go about the tasting of wine, let's say you're reviewing wines, you're new to this. How should you go about it? Can you actually explain that, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So we already talked about the swirling.
Yeah, the swirling of the
just
glass.
to open up the wine.
Yeah.
And then I always tell people, when you're tasting wine, you don't just swallow it.
Okay.
Wine has to interact with every facet of your palate. So your tongue, the sides of your tongue, your gums, because you're picking up different things from different parts of your mouth.
Right.
Yes. So wine is about an experience. Yes. I mean, obviously, at the end of the of drinking, you'll get the effects, but it's more about the journey than it is about the destination.
It's about the journey.
Yes. So swirl it in the glass, and then also when you sip it, swirl it in your mouth.
Correct.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. So for folks who want to share your story, maybe they want to partner with you, how can they reach out?
I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's Wine Fundamentals. It's one word. Just DM me, I guess.
Yeah.
Although I'm very bad at social media, but I'm trying, and I'll do my best. I think
you're good enough.
I'll respond eventually.
Eventually. Yeah. Have you got anything you're working on, like a project or anything Team Wine Kenya is working on?
Well, we just came back from France. last 2 weeks ago. We were in Jura this year. So now maybe gearing up for next year.
Yeah.
So we'll work on that. Aside from that, the Sommeliers of Kenya Association, SOCA, is doing their first Ubuntu wine competition that's being held in South Africa.
Right.
In December. So we're going to have our Kenyan Heat I think on the 15th of November. And it's our first time. So we get to send Kenyan sommeliers to represent us on the African stage.
Right.
So it's us, South Africa, Zimbabwe. I don't know if I'm missing. I think it's just us three. I might be missing one more country.
What happens in the competitions?
So it's very complex. So you need to know your wines, and not just wines. You need to know spirits, coffee. So it's quite extensive.
Right.
And you also need to know service, how to properly serve a table wine, and it's theory, it's practicals.
Right.
They take you through the ringer, and they judge you based on your knowledge, your expertise, and your finesse.
Right.
Yes.
So when you guys are going to go, so what's the game plan? What's the strategy?
Strategy is practice, practice, practice. And then, like with every competition, you just do your best.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some. But you know what we say in Kenya. Asiyekubali kushindwa siyo mshindani. So you do your best.
Who's your biggest competitor in Africa?
In Africa?
Has to be South Africa.
Obviously South Africa. They produce all the wine.
Yeah. But you guys are second to them, isn't it? I don't think Zimbabweans are like that.
No.
That good. I don't know.
Do you know, we were introduced to the competition, the blind tasting competition, by Team Zimbabwe, actually.
Oh.
Yes, they recommended us. So,
for real?
Yes, so they're our brothers in wine.
Yeah.
And, of course, my teammates and I are sisters in wine.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, yes, Kenya is...
we had to be somehow.
Kenya might even be number one.
You just with you guys with you especially, 100%. But Zimbabwe, we have a good relationship with them, even in rugby.
Yes,
we have such history.
Yes.
Yeah, shout outs to Zimbabwe. They actually made it to the Rugby World Cup. Yeah, so that's good stuff. So thanks a lot for coming through, Adero.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's been an awesome conversation.
Been exciting.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yes, I'll come back tomorrow.
Also, special shout out to, I guess it's a friend of yours, Buje. He says, shout out to Adero. She's bubbly like fine champagne. Mwambie Adisa Brian salutes her.
Thank you.
All right, asante sana. 4 minutes after 8, you guys are coming back with more stories right now. Virtual insanity.
94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.